Hello everyone! Today's video is going to be loaded with a subtle irony for those who are aware of our star subjects policies. But before we get into it, I want to pose a question for you, the audience. Why is it that those who claim to be staunch supporters of a certain set of beliefs, in either a political or official capacity, always end up being perpetrators of the exact behavior that they claim to be against? Take, for instance, Bernie Sanders buying his third home in 2016, which sparked controversy based on his socialist political leaning and his advocacy for things like free healthcare and free tuition, whilst benefiting from capitalism. Some supporters and many political adversaries took great notice of this apparent hypocrisy. However, the topic today isn't too far off from the same idea. Enter Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the youngest female member of Congress who has made waves in her few months in the House by being one of the most radical socialist House members with a large following, primarily on social media. She's infamous for various blunders when speaking with the media and generally crazy-looking eyes. But she is in the news not because she made a gaffe in an interview or something of the sort. No, this is far more sinister. The Inquisitor reports, top aide to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, accused of funneling $1 million in political donations to his own firms. In a complaint filed Monday with the Federal Election Committee, a top aide to Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York has been accused of improperly funneling nearly $1 million in campaign contributions to private firms he controls, according to a piece from the Daily Mail. But Trups, that's her top aide, not her. Oh, just you wait, it gets better. The complaint, which named both Ocasio-Cortez and her chief of staff, Saikat Chakrabarti, alleges that Chakrabarti violated federal election law after setting up a political action committee called the Brand New Congress PAC in order to assist other new members of Congress, then transferring some $885,000 from the PAC to private companies he controlled. In an interview with the Daily Caller, the report says an unnamed former FEC commissioner suggested both Ocasio-Cortez and Chakrabarti could face not only fines, but even jail time. Now, the details of this are very interesting. Further down the article, it briefly mentions the details. It does appear that there could well be some impropriety in the manner in which Ocasio-Cortez, Chakrabarti, and her campaign staff have handled donations. At issue is the fact that they have set up not just one, but two PACs. The aforementioned Brand New Congress PAC, and the Justice Democrats, and then a private company as well. What the complaint from the NLPC alleges is that Chakrabarti took nearly $1 million from Brand New Congress and transferred it to a private company he had set up, the Brand New Campaign, LLC. Under campaign finance rules, expenditures from a PAC are required to be disclosed, whereas private companies have no such requirements. The complicated operations are not so easily explained away, even for people intimately familiar with how campaign finance law works. So to break it down, let me explain what happened here. A PAC, or Political Action Committee, which is essentially a campaign entity that handles donations for different campaigns, legislation, or lobbying. Many businesses or groups can have a PAC, but the important thing to note here is all donations and spending must be reported to the FEC to avoid shady dealing with campaign finances. We see what happens when you don't handle campaign finances correctly in the Michael Cohen case. So, then what happened here is that the top aide took that PAC money and funneled it into his own LLC, his own business, which does not have the same responsibilities as a PAC, and after that, the money has been without a clear paper trail, which leads many to speculate, well, where did that money go? At this point, no one knows. But AOC responded to these allegations earlier today. Citing a Fox News article, Ocasio-Cortez denies dark money allegations in FEC complaint. Quote, there is no violation. New York Rep. AOC on Tuesday denied violating campaign finance law after a conservative government watchdog filed a complaint with the Federal Election Commission accusing the Democratic lawmaker and her chief of staff of being part of an off-the-books operation to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on candidates last year. There is no violation, Ocasio-Cortez exclusively told Fox News after landing Tuesday at Ronald Reagan National Airport. Asked if the complaint shows she was connected to dark money during the campaign, Ocasio-Cortez replied, no. The complaint was drafted by the Virginia-based National Legal and Policy Center. It accuses Ocasio-Cortez and Saikat Chakrabarty, her chief of staff, of funneling nearly $1 million in contributions from political action committees. Chakrabarty established 2 private companies that he also controlled. A separate explanation, posted by Justice Democrats, another PAC also owned and operated by Chakrabarty. One of the political action committees last year cast the arrangement as above board. The only way to do work for multiple candidates legally at this scale is to create an LLC and act as a vendor, the group said. Now, I am not so sure of the legitimacy of that claim, but I find it hard to believe that the only one defending this is another PAC owned and operated by the same guy who did the bad thing. Seems fishy to me, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. Critics said the arrangement appears unusual and should be probed. It sounds to a lot of people like that's a way to skirt the campaign finance laws in this country, former Utah GOP Rep. Jason Chaffetz said on Fox News' American Newsroom. And the FEC and the other regulators need to get in there and find out, where was this money going? Was it going into people's pockets? Was it legitimate or not? And in my humble opinion, if you have nothing to hide, you should be fine. After all, this is your first investigation, Ms. Cortez. At least you're not like Trump, who has been under investigation for the past 2 years. Then I may be on your side, but for now, well, I'm enjoying this. The FEC complaint asserts that Chakrabarty established 2 PACs, the Brand New Congress PAC and Justice Democrats, and then systematically transferred more than $885,000 in contributions received by those PACs to the Brand New Campaign LLC and the Brand New Congress LLC. Companies that, unlike PACs, are exempt from reporting all their significant expenditures. The PACs claimed the payments were for, quote, strategic consulting. Yeah, my ass. Now, this would be a bad image for Ms. Cortez, as she has been noted by Tom Anderson, the director of the NLPC's Government Integrity Project, when he said, Representative Ocasio-Cortez has been quite vocal in condemning so-called dark money, but her own campaign went to great lengths to avoid the sunlight of disclosure. But you know what? It doesn't end there. After all, this is all coming out today. But you know what started it? This article from New York Post, which alleges that freshman Representative Ocasio-Cortez's campaign may have illegally paid her boyfriend through a political action committee during her congressional race, a Republican group alleges in a new complaint with the FEC. The Coolidge-Reagan Foundation alleged in the complaint that Brand New Congress PAC paid Ocasio-Cortez's boyfriend, Riley Roberts, for marketing services after the PAC was hired by her campaign. It is totally legal as a candidate to hire family members, people you know, to work for you. But they didn't do that, said attorney Dan Backer. Instead of paying him directly, they paid him through an intermediary in order to obscure the fact that they paid him. The FEC should investigate and find out if that's the case. That's the allegation. So that's the shit AOC has found herself in. It will be interesting to see if my hunch from the beginning of this video is true. It may not be, and it may just be the doings of a bad aide, but who knows? So far, it's not looking good, and I'm secretly hoping it doesn't go well. No shame in admitting that. But tell me what you guys think. All links, as always, are down below, and leave a comment telling me what you think of this whole situation. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have a good one, and I will see y'all soon.